on from a call I just had or didn't, whatever. Yeah, my fault.
All good. No, totally. I'm glad that you made it. I appreciate you taking the time. How have you been?
Yeah, no problem. I've been good. What's been going on here? We kicked off our manufacturing run in China for the Fluora product.
Amazing.
So that's been awesome. We're putting some up at a conference in San Francisco this week. I went to Puerto Rico for a little while and was just working remotely there.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
How long were you there for?
Almost 2 months.
That's great.
Maybe a little bit longer than a while. Yeah. It's kind of like a second home for me at this point. So I really enjoy it out there.
That's awesome. Had you been before, like been a lot and you just decided to go out for a longer stretch?
Yeah, this is my third winter there. So I've done about 2 months each winter there. Yeah, I had a friend from San Francisco that moved there full time like 4 or 5 years ago. And him and his brother and a couple other people live out there full time. And they've been kind of like building this community there of people that live there full time and people that come out seasonally. So
cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's sweet.
And now you're back and
yeah,
headed to the conference circuit. That's wonderful.
Yeah. What about you?
You know, we have been full speed ahead since coming back from CES, getting our crowdfunded summit up and website up and running.
When's that happening?
May 9th, 10th, and 11th. So
okay, cool.
Got some great speakers. We have the CEO of Kickstarter, CEO of Indiegogo are keynoting. Super happy with how the schedule and everything is turning out this year. So super,
nice.
Pumped about that. That's pretty much been where the main focus is. I've headed out to some conventions. I went to a gaming convention this weekend to learn more about the tabletop game world, which was a lot of fun, and definitely met a lot of good people and excited to learn more there too.
Cool. Awesome.
Not as fun as Puerto Rico, but
it's all right.
I know I should. I feel like I've got some trips planned for this summer, but I need to like be better about planning things for when it's winter and gross out here so I can escape the warm. Yeah,
Puerto Rico is like, it's not that big in California, but it's like a really big East Coast winter destination.
Totally. Yeah. And I'm on the East Coast, so people go down all the time, but I don't want to take up too much of your time. So
let's get into it.
Yeah, usually what I do is I'll just ask you kind of a handful of questions that I have and get your answers to those. And then if there's anything I didn't cover or some more constructive feedback or thoughts or ideas you have, we can kind of do that on the latter half.
Okay, sounds good.
Amazing. Obviously, I am very familiar with Fluora, but for the sake of if you don't mind just sharing a little bit about sort of your product journey and what led you to Launch Boom.
Yeah, for sure. So I own a company called Color and Light. We create magical experiences with immersive LED art and technology. We started out in the events, art installations world. So we were putting up lighting installations for conferences and concerts and stuff like that. Pandemic hit. We decided to take the opportunity to try to make experiences for people's homes. So, we were coming from this agency project-based business to going to the consumer market. We didn't know too much about that market or how to do it. And we did our first Kickstarter campaign for our first product, late 2020. And that went pretty well. And we launched our first product, and then we had our second one on the way, and we wanted to have some more institutional expert help for the second crowdfunding campaign. So we looked at a couple different agencies, and I heard some really good things about you guys, Launch Boom, and talked to a bunch of different people, and it seemed like your solution was the right one for where we were at, what we were looking to spend, what we were looking to get out of it.
Amazing. And if you see me going like this, I'm just taking some notes while you talk.
Okay, yeah, no problem.
That's a great synopsis of sort of how you landed here. So then my next question would be, once you landed here and you were kind of in, were you in school ever? Or was that after? Did we switch to school?
Like, what do you mean school? Oh, the school platform. Yeah, I think you switched right before I started.
Okay, cool. I remember who's in what.
Yeah.
So once you were in school or in whatever platform we were on there, how was it? What is it like participating in office hours, going through the modules? Tell me about your experience with that.
Totally. So school was helpful. The office hours were really great. I think Soren and Hera were really attentive to, like, if I needed one-on-one help, they recognized that. And even if they didn't get to me in office hours, they would set up a special one-on-one meeting with me. I think in terms, like, I think I had already learned all the basic crowdfunding things my first time going through, so I didn't need to go through as many of the modules as I think somebody that was truly doing their first crowdfunding platform would have gone through. The type of detailed help I needed for our campaign was more surrounding the pre pre-sale deposit kind of workflow, and then the Facebook pixel infrastructure, putting that on the page, and just the most recent best practices that had been like that had changed since I did the last crowdfunding campaign like almost 2 years ago. But all of those things, I'd felt like, you know, people always made time for me to help me out with whatever I needed with those things.
Amazing. I love hearing that you felt supported. I think that totally makes sense that, you know, having had that pre-crowdfunding lens, that the modules were probably less applicable and it was the live support that was more applicable for you. Was there, I'm sorry, my computer's making noises. Can you tell me kind of what you feel like the biggest difference, especially having done, you know, crowdfunding launches before, what was the biggest impact that you felt like working alongside LaunchBoom made for your campaign, or, you know, for how you operate now?
I think it was just having someone that I could get answers from, like with anything related to the crowdfunding or marketing of the product. Like if I couldn't get an answer from, you know, I'd ask a question in school and somebody would respond to me, and if they couldn't help me, they'd direct me to like a Spencer or somebody, you know, somebody at your organization that knew, like, had the expertise to answer my question. That was probably the biggest difference, I would say.
Super helpful. I love that they were connecting you with Spencer and other folks too. That's really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I did win the scale, like the access to the Scale Boom thing, and I haven't been talking to Spencer, so we're gonna start shipping our product out in like 2-3 months. I probably should start talking to him again.
Yeah, totally. Are you in like the school platform for Scale Boom?
No, I mean, I think I need to talk. I should shoot him an email. I don't even have time right now to do anything related to that, but like,
have time. Yeah. Well, that'll be awesome. I'm excited to get you in there. I think I've been pretty like close watching them grow at Scale Boom, and it's really cool to see it come to life. And I know you guys are going to have a good fit.
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
I would love to hear kind of if you were ever to talk to a friend or another entrepreneur who was like, hey, what's LaunchBoom? Like, should I do that? What would your advice be to them?
I would say if you are doing a crowdfunding campaign for the first time, and want, you know, I think a big part of it is like, you have some money to spend and you feel good that the product is going to be successful. I think making sure you're, you know, you can say, I want to raise $100,000 to do this product. You can say something like, I'm ready to spend, you know, $7,000 on LaunchBoom and $20,000 on advertising. Like, I would say, you know, if you're in that realm, you know, where you really want to make a splash with your product and have those kind of like things checked off, like, you know, there's probably not a better bang for your buck you're going to get. There's a lot of agencies that want a percentage of the funds raised, and I obviously didn't use any of those, but like, I didn't feel like they were any stronger than you guys, and that's really capping your upside and a lot of other things. So yeah, I would say that, yeah, if you feel like you need some help with any part of crowdfunding, or have never done it before, I don't think there's a better offering out there.
Amazing. That's awesome to hear. That feedback is all great. And I was taking some good notes. I would love to hear now if you have any thoughts about things you would have liked to see, or would, now you're going to continue with us in Scale Boom, any ways you would like to feel your experience change, or things you would like to add, any constructive feedback that you have, really.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I think our product is going to do comparatively better in the mainstream market than it did on crowdfunding. I think that there is a real, I think crowdfunding's like virality is kind of over. I think the heyday of Kickstarter was like 2015 to 2017, 2018. And I think that it's a more narrow product type of product that ends up doing extremely, extremely well on these crowdfunding platforms. And I've truly learned that after doing 2 campaigns, but I would say level setting expectations might be a good thing from the beginning, being like, hey, just so you know, from our experience, products that are in the $69 to $129 range do really well on this platform. Products that have some novel design, like I saw Mark sent an email about like a really nicely designed milk frother that raised like 600K. It's like, those are the types of products that actually do super well on crowdfunding right now. Whereas like a higher end LED lamp that costs $300, $400, $500, you can make it work, but it's really not the sweet spot of like the type of project that's raising a lot of money anymore. And I don't know, it might be at odds with like acquiring more customers for you guys, but like for me to like understand that like, hey, these out of the projects that we've had that have been really successful in the last year, this is like what, like to get that market knowledge of you guys, that's all you guys do, but like to know these types of products or these types of price points are the ones that are really successful. Yeah, because it's like it's like at the end of the day, it's like running a race, but you have the wrong shoes or something.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense to me. And I think, you're right that trends change. And so kind of having communication on what is doing well now, or what is, like the milk frother is a great example. I think that totally makes sense because, there's all different versions of e-commerce success that come out of crowdfunding. It's not always like the largest raises that transition well. And so setting those expectations, I think, makes a lot of sense to me. So I appreciate that feedback.
Yeah.
Anything else that you feel like I'm missing?
No, I mean, I think the money back guarantee is a really good thing you guys offer if you guys are still offering that. So I would definitely highlight that more, because it gave me, when I was like deciding to use you guys, I was like, okay, well, if I go start the program and I don't feel like they can solve the specific problems I'm looking for, I'm not gonna, I'm gonna get a refund. So yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. Totally. I think it can increase the confidence for sure. And I'm glad that it did for you. I really appreciate your time. This was super helpful. And even just looking at the notes, just so you know, this is not feedback that is just going on my notes app. I've been chatting with a lot of folks to hear what went well and hear what your ideas are. And then I'm putting those together to get some common themes and figure out where we can take action and help support people more. So this is definitely going to help Accelerator members and current ones. So I really appreciate that. I owe you a coffee now, so I'm going to send that to you because I know
I would have done it for free, but I'll take it.
But I want to say thank you because I know it is a chunk of time. And then the only other thing that I would ask of you, if you haven't already, you haven't done a Trustpilot review for us, have you?
I don't think so. I can do that.
Yeah, if you don't mind, I can send you like the synopsis of the notes that I took from you, and then you can change them however you want. You'll get a notification from Trustpilot since it's a third-party review site. So you just click through that link and it just helps people who are searching about us hear more about the experiences folks had and their feedback.
Yeah.
And that would be much appreciated.
Cool. Yeah, happy to do it.
Amazing. And then if I can ever do anything to help you, if we're ever going to be in the same place, we'll definitely connect.
Yeah, totally. No, it was cool meeting you guys' whole team, and it's not often that that you see a team like your guys that seemed really tight, even though you guys were fully remote. So that was really cool, and definitely, feel that like I feel completely fine giving you a little bit of time and doing so in the future.
Amazing. Yeah, it was awesome to meet you, and having Fluora there, I think, was such a cool splash. And if we can
Yeah.
ever do that again, I would be all about it.
Yeah. Just let me know, if you guys are doing other events and want to incorporate our stuff, just shoot me an email and we can try to figure something out.
Amazing. Awesome. Well, I hope you have a good rest of your day, and good luck at the event you have coming up in San Francisco.
Cool. All right. Nice talking. Take care.